Welcome back to Studio 60 Live. Multi-talented is too small a word to describe our guest today. In today's segment, we chat with Ashwin Kumar, a man with many feathers in his cap, filmmaker, actor and mimicry artist. Ashwin Kumar, a Manipal, Dubai alumnus, recently played a lead role in 5 Minutes, a short film directed by debutant Sandeep Sukumaran. Hello sir, how are you doing today?
Good.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me.
So firstly, I'd like to congratulate you on your short film 5 Minutes, which I believe has garnered over 10,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the team on that.
Thank you on behalf of the team again.
It's really commendable. So how difficult would you say it is to scoop out some time towards your real passion, that is filmmaking? Despite having so much on your plate, you have your 9 to 5 jobs, but you still manage to juggle between jobs, which is not really easy.
It's not easy, but if you want something like, right from here, you will do it. That's what is passion. That's what is called passion. So when you want to do something from your heart, by hook or crook, you'll do it. So there are many like-minded people like this who would somehow get their work across, try to convey that they can probably be a part of the industry one day. So that's the kind of homework we do. So we have like-minded people. And when it comes to passion, again, it has to be the equal amount of passion. So whether it's a filmmaker, the director, or the actor, or the editor, because see, we are a small team here. We are away from India. We are away from the real hub of cinema, which is India. So whatever is possible here, having a small team and being in this place, what more can you do? What can you do? You're trying to find options. You try to use your resources as much as possible, whatever is available. But one thing is, it's not only about the technical backup, or probably, I started doing short films with just me and my friend. We didn't have a big team with a cinematographer, a DOP, or an editor, or lights, nothing. It was just me and my friend Shihab Mohammed, who was also my classmate, and we both are students of the first batch of media and communication here, me and Shihab. So when we started with just 2 people, what can you think about? You cannot expect a technical, brilliant film. But one thing I can vouch for is the content. The content is very, very, very important. Cameras can come and go. You could have technical backup. It would come anyway one day to you. But if you don't have content, then there's no point in having technical brilliance in your film. So
that's really commendable, and I'm sure this serves as an inspiration to many. So also moving on to what do you think of the independent filmmaking scene here in the region, and to what extent do you think crowdsourcing facilitates independent filmmaking?
As far as I know, 2007, 2006 or 2007 is when I started doing short films. If you tell it in a desi way, kacha kacha, because we were all dependable on our content and solely on the content. But for us to convey something and to let the audience know that okay, these guys do have some stuff right here and not here. You could even take a cinema in your phone, and you could edit it in a way that people would be convinced that okay, these guys have some stuff here. Like I said about the content. So right back from 10 years, almost a decade now, 2006 onwards, if I can say, it has been building up. There has been a lot of teams. In fact, it's getting better and better because we're having options now. We see many people coming out of their cages, from here and there, and the film festival scenes are getting really big here, and there are a lot of platforms to exhibit. So basically, things are getting more and more approachable as years are passing on. I think social networking and social media has been like the, like you say, godfather. It's the god medium for people like us, independent filmmakers who literally have no backing from anybody.
It acts as a good promotion.
Yeah, all by yourself. And I think social networking just completes that circle where you have to be reaching out to the people who need to be seeing you, and to convince them that yes, you are capable of doing something. So for the past decade, I can say the short films or the independent filmmakers, the filmmaking scene in Dubai is really, quite built up. Yeah, it's rising. Yeah.
So you spoke about social media. So I want to go back to I think you have your own Facebook page as well. So to what extent would you say this acts as an effective marketing tool, and how much has it helped you in your journey?
For the fact that I'm sitting right in front of you over here, and it's a very proud moment for me that I'm having my first TV interview in my life, and that too in Manipal University, where in the first year we did not have, the first batch didn't have any sort of facilities like this, and we were like guinea pigs. And when you when you don't have something, but you get something as well. So the faculty was very lenient with us because I literally didn't have anything much, and but one thing that they were watching on, what they liked about us, is the passion that we had, the rough, raw passion. So even if we didn't have facilities like these, we were purely depending on content. We convinced them that we had passion, and that is something that they still talk about. So for the very fact that I'm sitting in Manipal University with such a state-of-the-art studio, it's a proud moment for me. So like I said, the very reason that I'm sitting right in front of you is because of whatever I've done and whatever has been going through in social networking. Social media started up right from 2007 for me, and the page was actually made by a few friends of mine for one of my birthdays.
Oh, because I've been following it as well.
Yeah, thank you. And they did this background search of all my, they collected all my work, and they put there, and then it was kind of funny, actually, weird, because I get my friends, some guys give me a perfume, some guys give me this, that, and all that. And then there's a guy coming, and I need to tell his name again, who is again another classmate of mine from the first batch of media and communication, Davis Francis. He comes to me and just gives a slip, just a small strip of paper, and then I see that, and I'll be like, www.facebook.com/AshwinKK. Okay, so what?
So you had no idea about it.
And he's like, he was actually showing the like sign, but he just did this. And then the next day, because he's very famous for pulling some pranks on me. So I was like, the next day morning I see that, and I'm shocked. In fact, there are actually 20 followers already on that page before I get to see it for the first time.
That's really commendable.
So you see, that really helps because it brings the world closer and closer and closer.
Right.
Your distance is not even a question. A guy from Los Angeles can see a short film in Dubai. That's all I'm saying. The world has become so small. You have no idea. I mean, there are good and bad signs of that, bad usages of that. But one thing is, in this case, or in my case at least, to say the least, it has really, really helped to get me somewhere at least.
So you would attribute some of your success to social media?
Not some, my whole success. Because if I didn't have social media with me, the people who have been seeing me today, the prime people back in India, in fact, I must say that including 5 minutes, a lot of my work has been circulating amongst the young filmmakers of India.
That's
so, yeah.
Also, what would you say have been the teething troubles when you started off as a filmmaker?
I never had troubles. I'm serious. I never had troubles.
Limited resources?
Yeah, still, I never had troubles. Limited resources is how you start. See, one thing is, it's the confidence in yourself and this belief that you have that you're going to get somewhere one day, but you got to start off now. And it's like, you have these forward messages in WhatsApp, you quite learn from it. Like, for example, a guy who is complaining that I don't have good slippers to wear, and then he just saw a guy who's got amputated legs and does not have legs to walk on, and then he thanks God, says, okay, I'm thankful that I have legs at least. It's like that, I mean, you always think of people who are still much more deprived of resources than what you have. So you have to totally believe on your content. So your content is very important. Let me just, I mean, I
Be
might be
blessed with
repeating
whatever
that word
material.
again and again, but that is actually the topmost priority, content.
In fact, since you mentioned content, just going to slip in one more question. How you said that the content should be strong and that's what matters. So, you also said that it's hard to convince someone only through content. If say you have just a shoestring budget, how hard do you think it would be to convince with just the content?
Okay, now let me come very specifically to myself, because I literally, I cannot talk on behalf of a DOP. I cannot talk on behalf of a director or an editor or whatever it is, because say their side is more technical. These departments are more technical. I'm more of a performer, and I have to convince somebody that I am a good actor, because acting is my forte.
Right.
So I have to convince somebody that I'm a good actor. So as far as I come on a screen, whether it's you know, from this screen to this screen, whatever it is, as far as I come on a canvas or a small screen on a phone, I'm more than happy with it. So that is how I started short films, because who would I know here, or who would know that I can perform well, or who would know that I can act well, unless and until I have some work. And who would take me? No one would know that, right? So necessity is the mother of invention. So that's how me and Shihab started off with short films. So we both used to direct, and then we used to act in it and stuff like that, experiment. And thankfully, in that way, I can say that without having a lack of technical, I mean, with the lack of technical knowledge, all that we wanted is, you know, as far as there's a good performance on screen, that's more than enough, with some good content. So I'm thankful to God that He had given a director inside me. So I could direct actually a few films, but that is not something that I would pursue in near future. Maybe, inshallah, maybe later in life. But acting is my forte. So for me as an actor, it has helped.
I was actually just coming to that. You've donned both the director's hat as well as the actor's hat. So you said acting is your forte. So you would definitely prefer being in front of the camera rather than behind it?
In front.
Okay.
But one thing that helps me be a better actor is because I have a director as well inside me. So
does that give you more creative control?
yes,
Or?
not that's a very complicated word. Creative control in the sense the filmmaker would kick me out of the team, but no.
I mean, when you're the director as well as you're directing.
Oh yes. When you
you're acting in your own film.
I'm acting in my own film. I know my content better than anybody else. So
you have a better control.
I have a better control over it. Yes. And then, but when it comes to acting, it's good that if you have a tiny director inside you, where the director should just tell you what to do and not how to do it. So that's where my small director inside me comes into the picture when it comes to my acting.
Right. So now I'll shift a little off topic now and talk about another passion of yours, that is mimicry, if I'm not wrong. Now mimicry is something that comes naturally to you. Would you say that you were the student in class who would imitate teachers, and how has mimicry happened to you?
Bang on, yeah, that's how I started. That's how I started it. Well, that's the main problem why I never excelled in studies, because I always saw how they thought and I didn't see what they taught. So just seeing how they speak is when I just forgot all my lessons, and I was just seeing them how they were teaching. In school, it started with mimicry of miming professors, teachers, and all of them, my friends as well. Then later, as I went into high school and college and stuff like that, well, I'm not deviating, but let me just come to a small suggestion that it's not an advice, but it's a suggestion, that this particular thing called mimicry that you've taken up, I have used it as a platform to grab more attention other than just my short films, so that more and more people get to see me. But mimicry has never been my main priority. It's been something where you are you take the center stage, and then you grab more attention, and as you grab more attention, people get to see you, people get to know about you. So it's been like my visiting card. That's all I can say. So yeah, in college I started with mimicry. I was never a performer in school actually, because my mom saw Tare Zameen Par twice, and then she cried both the times when she saw Tare Zameen Par, just like any other mom, because she literally had a nightmare. She's the reason I even finished my 12th, pushing me and stuff. But after I came to college, the amount of trophies I used to bring in home, my dad used to ask me, dude, are they selling this cheap somewhere else, or bringing so many of them home? Because they've never seen me with certificates or trophies or medals and stuff like that. But in college, which is none other than Manipal University, I just probably had a 180-degree change. And then I started actors. I started with Bollywood. Slowly, gradually increased.
Which is my personal favorite, by the way.
Yeah. And I always also believe in being more, having more variety and not just setting your own boundary. So I do Tamil, I do a bit of Malayalam, I do almost the whole of Bollywood, and a handful of Hollywood actors as well. So
That's great.
yeah.
Also, since you spoke about when you were in college, you spoke about what all you did when you were in college. So going back to that, you some years ago you were a student as well, just like all of us are. So is there any specific message you'd like to give to the younger versions of you?
Keep working. Keep working. Time is running out. Keep working. Don't waste time. And this sounds very serious, but what I mean to say don't waste time is because you don't know what tomorrow is. So use the whole of today. Life is very uncertain, and if you really have something called passion, then please don't let go of it, no matter what comes your way.
Right.
That's all I would say.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I can't resist but ask you to do probably a Nana Patekar on special request, and maybe a Sylvester Stallone. That would be really great for our viewers.
ऊपर वाले ने इंसान के शरीर पे 9 छेद किए हैं, 2 आंख के, 2 नाक के, 2 कान के, 1 मुंह के, बाकी का 2 तुम जानते हो. अच्छा है.
That was good. Also, Sylvester Stallone, I would love to see some of that as well.
Let's get a little motivational over here. This is the motivational speech from Rocky Balboa. So, let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and a nasty place. I don't care how tough you are. It'll beat you down to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Me, you, nobody can hit it as hard as life. But it's about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now if you know what you're worth, then get out and give what you're worth, and just stop pointing fingers and blame and say that I ain't somebody, I ain't who I want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that and you. You're better than that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was really amazing. Thank you so much for taking out the time. It's really nice of you.
It's an honor for me to be, like I said again, let me say it again, that a college, a university, an institution that uplifted me and made me change my character, made me realize my dreams, I would say. And that is only possible also if you have wonderful faculties, and we are really gifted with one of the best faculties we can have. Shukr sir, Sabir sir, they're like my mentors. So,
and it gives us immense pride as well interviewing you.
Yeah. Right from the time that they used to run behind us till today, where they are your professors as well. They've been really good mentors. They've taught us a bit of life whenever possible in between classes, and when they got to know that we really have a lot of passion for this, then they have really gone nook and corner to get things better, make the media facilities much more better, and then I'm seeing that now, from nothing to something, really something, and to have being interviewed in the same studio is awesome.
Thank you so much again. Thanks a lot for taking out the time.
My pleasure.
Really nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. This is your host, Disha Dadlani, signing off.